Hey there, thinkers. It's me, Quizmaster Jack, here with your weekly dose of Buzzword, doing the pop culture and sports as usual, as you might expect. It's week 29. We've been doing this all year, and we're going to keep doing it. If you're ready, we're going to start with question 1.
These things are seen on sacred nights and frighten the babies in an Animal Collective song. Alicia Keys claims to be taking off like these things in the first song on Drake's first album.
Yeah.
The speaker urges Make 'em Go Ah, Ah, Ah in a Katy Perry song titled after for 10 points.
Go,
What explosives?
Wow. Okay. It's a pop music one I got, but it was all stuff I wasn't very sure of. But yeah, going off in a Katy Perry thing, that's going to be a firework. Show them what you're worth. Oh, then make him go ah ah ah. That's part of the chorus of Firework.
In 2002, this actor starred as the title murderer in Dahmer, a fictional line of hot sauce named for...
It's Renner. Again with the glass onion stuff. Yeah, Jeremy Renner, fictional hot sauce. That's Jeremy Renner's hot sauce. Yeah, I didn't know he was one of the, I guess not many. I can't remember his name. Because Zac Efron was Dahmer. I thought somebody else played Dahmer recently. Since 2002. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm probably just remembering it wrong. I think like Zac Efron was Dahmer, and then for that miniseries on Netflix or movie on Netflix, whatever it was, and people got really into it. Hey, cutting in here quick. Zac Efron played Ted Bundy, not Jeffrey Dahmer. Different serial killer. So I messed that up. Still got points though.
The fourth season of this show ends when an unsecured truck door causes Anton to be destroyed along a road. A Canadian Satanist on this show frequently insults a colleague played by Kumail Nanjiani. Hooli attempts to acquire Pied Piper in...
Okay. Yeah, Kumail Nanjiani was on Silicon Valley. I was trying to go on that. What was that first clue about? Somebody got destroyed? Or is it like a server or something that got destroyed? Yeah, that first clue has me intrigued.
A man in this profession named Carl Casper was played by Jon Favreau in a 2014 film that Favreau directed.
Well, that's just Chef. Yeah, that was, Chef from Chef. Yeah, Carl Casper. Again, something I picked up. Actually, I watched Chef. I watched Chef on a plane, I think. It was a nice little story. Very, very, if you just basically food porn in movie form. There's this whole thing where he just like, there's a lot of food prep in it. It's like the beginning of Eat, Cook, Man, Woman, but Carl Casper doing all his mise en place before the opening. So lots of that, and then there's a scene where he gets a bad review because he's kind of in a rut. So then he just goes and makes really good food, but it's not for the restaurant; it's just for him. He makes a really good grilled cheese for his kid in it, and then he goes and he starts a food truck where he makes cubanos. And he makes some Aglio, olio for Scarlett Johansson, who's in that movie. Scarlett Johansson's in that movie. Also, Sofia Vergara's in that movie. John Leguizamo. Who was the critic? Who else? Was Dustin Hoffman in that movie? He wasn't the critic. I think he was the guy who owns the restaurant that Carl Casper works at the beginning. Chef's a nice little movie. It's a lot of Jon Favreau. Of course, but it's a nice little movie. That's a good plane movie. Does get you hungry though, so you gotta be careful on a plane. The Place, as it appears in the title of the work. the place. So maybe like it's not a synonym. Huh. I don't know what this pre-prompt is.
In a song about how to reach this title place, suspended lamps are rhythmically swung out over the audience.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's Hadestown. Way down under the ground. You want to get to Hadestown, you're gonna have to take the long way around. It's been a while since I listened to this a lot. If you want to get to Hadestown, you're gonna have to take the long way down through the underground. Oh man, it's been so long. I can't trigger all the lyrics to that. But yeah, the big stage direction for that is they have these. Hadestown's a real interesting one because the set design leaves a lot for interpretation. So it's basically just one set, but they have kind of a lot going on. But the big thing is you have these lights that come down, and then the chorus can swing around and kind of do a little acrobatic stuff. So really dynamic lighting that makes it abstract to the rest of the set that's going on. And it's a real striking visual for the show.
This 2011 game was the breakout hit of married developers Keith Shepard and Natalia Lukyanova, the founders of Imangi Studios. Guy Dangerous, who can slide under trees, appears in, for 10 points,
Guy Dangerous.
What mobile game in which the player evades monkeys while...
Oh, okay. I don't think they're technically monkeys in Temple Run. I think they're demons that just happen to look like monkeys. Or they're temple guardians that happen to look like monkeys. Whoever got that early is going to have some deep Temple Run knowledge, let me tell you. Because that's... Yeah, I mean, I played my share of Temple Run, but not to the point where I could get that early. Not helping myself out, trying to catch the leader in video games on that one, I think.
In this show's last scene, the protagonist ignores an outstretched hand and goes in search of Jason. Eli Gold deletes a romantic voicemail left by Will Gardner on this show.
Will Gardner.
A political scandal causes Alicia Florrick to join a law firm in, for 10 points, What CBS drama starring Julianne.
Okay. Yeah, they said Alicia. I wrote a question about The Good Wife where it said Alicia. But that was a long time ago. So I forgot. And then just didn't have any knowledge of that other stuff. But you hang out and you remember that Juliana Margulies is on The Good Wife.
Since 1996, this man's eldest son, Zach, has played drums for The Who. This man, who coined the phrase "tomorrow never knows," wrote a song that repeatedly declares, "I'd like to be under the sea." Vocals on Octopus...
It's Ringo. It's Ringo Starr. I didn't know his kid was drumming for The Who. That's great. I like that. See, even the pop music stuff that I know a lot of Beatles, but man, I'm needed a second to get to Ringo on that one. They probably would have just taken Ringo there, right? Yeah, they must have.
When the protagonist of this film is asked, "Where to, miss?" she replies, "To the stars." Cal Hockley tries to shoot a woman in this film and then realizes she still possesses the heart of the ocean.
Yeah, that's just Titanic. Yeah, they said the heart of the ocean. That's the gem. Where to, miss? To the stars? I don't remember that part at all. That must be when that's a good clue for Titanic. Nice job, Buzzword. That must be when she gets off the boat. It just says to the star. Man, I don't remember. I mean, given it's been a while since I've seen Titanic, but that's a part I don't remember at all.
A restaurant in this city has a mixed plate that titles an album by Tech Nine. This city's style of barbecue is served at Gates and Arthur Bryant's and features burnt ends. The American Royal Livestock Show is hosted in, for 10 points, What Missouri City?
Okay. I should have got that off of burnt ends, but all those other clues were just making me think it might be something else. What's Arthur Bryant Park? That's not where anybody plays sports. Huh. Yeah, I lost a few points off of. Should have got burnt ends. I knew burnt ends is a Kansas City thing. Kansas City barbecue, but I just didn't take the points when I was offered. Still, solid score at 143. Got a couple of 19s in there. another 10 out of 10. We're running pretty hot in pop culture. Let's see how I do over in sports. All right, pop culture done and dusted. And now here's sports.
An Olympian in this sport trained with Finnish athletes while living as a non-patient resident at a mental hospital.
What?
At the 1988 Calgary Olympics, a man who finished last in this sport was the only British applicant for it. For 10 points, in what Winter Olympics sport did Eddie the Eagle compete?
No. Wow. At ski jumping, I really hope somebody was able to get it off of that first anecdote about training to do it. Maybe that whole question was actually just about Eddie the Eagle, but they thought Eddie the Eagle was too hard, so they just made it about ski jumping. I bet that's all anecdotes about Eddie the Eagle. Future Jack's gonna look it up and he can tell me up there if present Jack was right.
This man caught the only touchdown for the losing team in the Freezer Bowl playoff game in Cincinnati. He had 13 catches during his team's 1982 win of the Epic in Miami playoff game, including a TD pass from Dan Fouts. For 10 points, name this Hall of Fame tight end on the 1980s San Diego Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should know that. Is that Kellen Winslow Sr., maybe? It was Kellen Winslow Sr. Thought it might be. Man, San Diego's had some really good tight ends. Between Antonio Gates and Kellen Winslow the Elder. They're a tight end factory.
In 2021, Adam Duvall succeeded this man as the most recent player to hit a World Series Grand Slam, which this man did off of Fernando Rodney. In 2019, Mike Trout won AL MVP in a close vote over this Jewish athlete, an alumnus of LSU. For 10 points, name this current third baseman for the Astros.
Oh, who's playing? Oh, I should know this. Bregman. Oh, I knew it was BRE something. That's a problem with being in a NL only fantasy league. You just don't know the AL players that well. Yeah, Alex Bregman. He's one of those guys that just you forget about. You just get these like little pockets of things you don't know. And for me, it's remembering that the Atlanta Hawks exist at all. Alex Bregman and Robert Duvall. I have the hardest time remembering Robert Duvall's name. I don't know why.
Bill Simmons said that this man's selection was a bizarre pick after a reaction shot of Simmons saying, "Whoa." This man was taken 14 slots ahead of Giannis Antetokounmpo in the 2013 draft. For 10 points, what Canadian forward out of UNLV was a notorious number 1 overall draft bust for the Cavaliers?
For the Cavaliers. Yeah, I have no idea. Yep, Anthony Bennett, nothing. Although I did notice this thing. There was a long string of number 1 overall picks who had like Anthony in their name. Because there was him, there's Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis. I think it was a string of 3 NBA overall number 1s that all had Anthony in their name. There may have been a 4th. It's just a weird thing that happened.
At Tokyo 2020, this country won gold, silver, and bronze in women's cross-country mountain biking. Tokyo 2020's women's singles tennis was won by this country's Belinda Bencic. 2 Winter Olympics have been held at St. Moritz in, for 10 points.
Oh, St. Moritz
What country whose gold medalists include Roger Federer?
Yeah, he's Swiss? Switzerland? Yes. Okay, yeah, I should have had that earlier on St. Moritz. Geographic name or team nickname is acceptable. Probably hockey at this point, because we've had one of the other 3 big 4s. Really could be anything. I'm gonna say hockey.
In 1916, this team went 36-117, the worst record in modern MLB history. In the 1910s, this team's $100,000 infield was managed by a man who has by far the most career losses and wins in MLB history. For 50 seasons, Connie Mack led for 10 points.
It's just the Yankees. Oh, the Philadelphia Athletics. Yeah, the Athletics. All right. Messing up hard on the baseball this week.
After being confused for a rapper in this city's airport, rookie Steve Francis adamantly refused to play there. Sharif Abdur-Rahim was the original star of this city's expansion team, which was created in 1995. For 10 points, what Canadian city was the...
Probably Toronto? Vancouver. Vancouver Grizzlies. I should have let that go a little longer. Whew. Not doing well on sports this week. Just flipping coins wrong, straight up forgetting people. This is how you have a bad week in sports.
This man was the first rookie quarterback to earn his first career win in a London game. He threw a record 3 interceptions in the first quarter of a playoff game in which his team rallied to beat...
I think it's Tyler Lawrence then. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, it was likely him because the Jaguars always play a London game because their owner, I forget his first name. It's something Khan. Future Jack, help me out. He's from London or lived in London or had some connection to London. So he brings the Jaguars over there every year. So odds are if they're asking about a team or a player doing something in London, it's going to be the Jaguars, and Trevor Lawrence is their quarterback now.
In 1952, this team's Bill Mosienko scored a hat trick in just 21 seconds. The Curse of Muldoon supposedly plagued this team, which was the farthest west of the NHL's original 6 squads. Stan Mikita and Bobby Hull were Hall of Fame.
It's the Red Wings. No, the Blackhawks. Man. Yeah, I'm just not thinking these all the way through. Yeah, I always thought Bobby Hull was on the Red Wings. Just not great at sports today.
This man was told, "You're blowing it," by Muhammad Ali's former trainer, Angelo Dundee, before rallying to beat Thomas Hearns. He won a match when a fighter called Hands of Stone abruptly quit. Roberto Duran lost the No Mas fight, too, for 10 points.
What didn't they say?
What later of the 2 boxing greats called Sugar Ray?
Okay. Yep. I thought Muhammad Ali did the No Mas fight, but this sports week was challenging all the things I thought I knew. But that's okay. Sometimes you flip coins wrong. Sometimes you have a bad week. That's just what happens. All you can do is say no mas and look forward to the next week of Buzzword, which I will be putting up as well. If you want to take a look at that video, you can subscribe to the channel and it'll let you know when it goes up. And if you want to play a Buzzword yourself, you can head over to naqt.com/buzzword to see what offerings they have. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Calling no mas.